All right, so we're here with Chance. Chance, how old are you?
32.
And are you originally from Arizona?
Yeah, I was born in Mesa. I've been in Phoenix pretty much my whole life, though.
And are you homeless right now?
I am. Been out here 5 years now, off and on. It's really been closer to 8 years. I'll do well for a little while, and then something will happen, and I'll get back on drugs or whatever it is, and slip right back into the streets before you know it. It happens quick. It's a slippery slope.
How did you end up homeless? Was it because of substance abuse problems or?
Originally, no. It was, I just lost my job. Me and my buddy, we had a place together. He lost his job, and then I lost mine. And it just kind of spiraled from there. And while I was out on the street, I ended up meeting this girl who did heroin. And she was doing it for a little while before I got into it. I broke my collarbone skateboarding. And then when the doctor cut me off the Percocets, she had heroin, and she's like, "This will make you feel better. Like, that's why you feel like shit." So I took that, and before I knew it, I was out there slanging for it and doing all sorts of shit, stealing and robbing people. I've done it all for that drug. It's crazy.
So you originally got prescribed some perks, and then from there you just started with the H?
Yeah. So when I broke my collarbone, he put me on them, and the collarbone took me about 4 months, almost 5, to heal from. And I was taking them as prescribed, really, and it was just the prolonged period of doing them. When he cut me off, for the first few days, I just felt awful, and I didn't know why, and finally the girl that I was with, she tells me, she's like, "Oh, you're withdrawing from the opiates, like, it's, your body craves that now, and like, you're on it for so long," and she's like, this will help. Like, I'm not suggesting you do it. She's like, but if you don't want to feel sick anymore, this will help. And so I did that first tray, and that was it. From there, it was robbing people, and man, I've done a lot of terrible things for the damn drug. But it's
And right now, what are you addicted to, or what's your substance of favorite substance?
Now it's the perks, the blues as they call them,
yeah.
the fentanyl ones. Yeah, those. They stopped bringing heroin up from Mexico and started pushing these. Like, that's what they did. They knew what they were doing. They were working on that from the beginning. You could just see how quickly heroin stopped being a thing, and how quickly these pills took over. And man,
people, that's just like the new crack epidemic out here, huh?
Even worse, though,
yeah.
Because people act like it's not an illegal drug, People sit there, homeboy sitting right there with a tray out and everything, Like, he's all passed out, fucking. It's just, you see the old people, young people, high schoolers, fucking young kids, barely in their freshman year, smoking pills and shit. I'm just like, when I was your age, I would have never even thought to hit a pill. Like, I would have freaked out. I'd be like, "Nah, what the fuck? What are you guys doing?"
When I was a teenager, bro, heroin was like the scariest thing, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what pretty much stopped me from even trying it.
Yeah.
But what's like the youngest person that you've seen out here on the blues?
The youngest, I'd say, was, I think he was 14. He was either 14 or 15. He said he was a freshman in high school. And, popping was one thing, but this kid was full on putting him on a tray, and he was doing 2 at a time, I was like, damn, how are you already at this point, because I did them for like a whole year before I was ever putting 2 on a tray at a time and smoking them, like, because these shits can get you off of one hit. My ex, she fucking wanted to try them with me, and she went and got some of her own because I wouldn't provide them to her, and so she came up with a handful of them on her own one day, and so fuck it, we smoked, and she took maybe 3 hits, and then I shotgunned her one more, and she just started slurring her words and fell forward, and luckily I was paying attention, so I caught her, but she almost cracked her face against the ground, and she had to be Narcaned. I was giving her chest compressions and CPR, and that wasn't working, so the ambulance had to come and give her the shot in her hand, and yeah, that shit sucks too, because you wake up.
How did you know what to do at that point? Like when you seen her overdosing?
Oh, I've been through this. After, like I said, I've been doing it for a few years now, so I'd already pretty much seen it all. When you see someone go down, it's the first thing you can do. Investing is to try to keep them breathing, because their respiratory system tries to shut down, so they stop breathing, and so you do chest compressions and the whole CPR thing, and yeah, the next thing you can do is those Narcan shots if you got the ones that go up the nose, or if you got the shot. Either way, but that's about the only way you're saving someone if they don't come back from.
Do you guys get the Narcan for free?
So yeah, there's places that'll give it to you. Every time you come out of a detox now, they provide you with some. Like they usually give you something right there on the spot, and then they'll usually give you a script to go get filled at CVS or Walgreens or whatever, and they'll usually be for like 2 or 3 more. So yeah, they're trying to make sure they're getting out there for free, because they're expensive. If you buy them outright, they're like $70-$80. You know, they're realizing that to save someone's life, if you are charging that much, there's people that are just gonna not be able to help somebody. And plus, when you need it, you need it then. Like, you can't have it 5 minutes, 10 minutes later.
Yeah, because there's like a whole lot of people out here, and they're all on blues, huh?
Yeah.
Like
every single person.
How would you go about giving those people help if they were to overdose?
Sometimes, for the most part though, when someone goes down out here, you just call the ambulance, because chances are we don't have it on us. Girl went down the other day. She fell out the other day, and Buddy used 2 of them. He had 2 on him, used both of them, and she didn't even start to come back. So we called the ambulance, and they came out, and they had the shot, which works way better. The shot's much more effective from what I've seen.
So there's 2 different ways.
Yeah.
One is through the nose, and one is a shot.
Yeah. They got the little thing you stick on the nose and press the little plunger, and it goes up there. And then the other way is the shot, the liquid that they keep inside the IV. And yeah, that one seems to be like a 90%. Like, I've never seen anyone get the shot and not come back, but I've seen plenty of people get the nose thing and just not come back. I've seen a lot of people die and not wake up off this. It's crazy. I mean, I've lost my little sister to the drug. She was using the needle up in Boston, and they started using the fentanyl and the China White out there before we ever got a hold of it. So I lost her about 2.5 years ago. Yeah, it's
so
just...
Chance, do you still have your family members out here? Do you have family out here in Arizona?
I've got my mom, and my grandma lives in Chicago. So there's not very many of us. I mean, yeah, it's quickly dwindling.
And what do they know about your situation right now, that you're homeless?
Oh yeah. I mean, my mom put me out here at first, and I mean, I can't blame her. I never stole anything from her or did anything like that, but it's still, like, just that shit she doesn't want around, especially since my sister dying from it. Now she's like real on edge about it, and they all think that I'm gonna die next, but it's like, yeah, it doesn't help to be homeless, because at least when you have a place and stuff and something going for you, you have, a little more to look forward to. But out here, it's like, what do I got to do? Like, I'm sitting around in the sun anyways, I may as well get high. So I don't do it as much as I used to, though. I'm slowly coming back. I'm slowly starting to just get tired of this whole lifestyle. It's run its course with me pretty much. I'm probably gonna hit a detox soon here and check into rehab and do the whole thing, because
yeah, that was gonna be my next question. Have you ever tried professional help?
I have, but you have to be ready yourself. If you're not doing it for you, like if you're doing it for your family or your kids or whatever, 9 times out of 10 that doesn't work. Like, it has to be because you are done with the drug, you are done with the life, and yeah, I'm pretty much at that point. So that's my next step on this list is to just drop it, because I'm 32 already, man. I'm pushing 40 eventually, and I don't want to be 40 years old and out on these streets. Like, some of these people, you know, they're in their 50s, 60s, some of these dudes, and they've just been out here the whole time just doing drugs. I'm just like, man, that's fucking miserable. Like, you can see in their faces that they're miserable. Shit, I don't know how they get up every day. I don't have another 20 years of this in me. So.
All right, Chance, what would you say to the younger generation if they're thinking about trying pills or trying heroin?
It's like I tell every kid I meet that asks about these things or I see doing them, I tell them they need to quit ASAP. It's not worth it, man. It's not worth losing your family. It's not worth losing your life. I mean, I've seen people get stabbed to death over 15 pills, and I've seen people get shot over arguments over the pills. You know, like, it's just, people will steal and kill for these things in a heartbeat, and they won't think twice about it. Like, it's scary.
And you were telling me earlier that you seen one of your homeboys get stabbed up over some blues.
Yep.
What happened there?
He went to go make a sell to our buddy Orion, and it was supposed to be me making that deal that night, but he needed the money for Mother's Day, which was the next day, and he's like, you know, let me make this sale so I have that extra money towards her gift. And I was like, okay, you know. And he gets in the car, and I'm a little bit down the road, and I can just see like commotion going on in the car from where I'm sitting. I can see the shadows moving around all fast, and so I start moving towards it. And by the time I'm getting close, he opens up the door finally and falls out of the car, and they try to run me over as they go out. And as I'm sitting there holding him, he's telling me, he's like, man, he's like, I handed him the 15 pills, and he just pulled out a knife and just started stabbing me. He's like, I'm trying to get out, and they keep hitting the lock button on the door. They wouldn't let me out, you know. And he's like, why did he do this to me? And that was the last thing he asked me, why you did that to him. I didn't have an answer for him, you know. And he's sitting there telling me, actually the last thing he told me was not to get revenge. He's like, if I die, don't go trying to kill them or get revenge. Like, just let it go. Like, he didn't want me to lose my life over, you know. Like, that's the type of person he was. He wasn't thinking about, oh, get these people no matter what. Like, even if it gets you killed, he was just thinking, try to take care of yourself and get out of this shit. And so I want to get out of it and do it for him a little bit, because he sacrificed himself basically for me that night without even knowing it. And it's basically my best friend in the world. So.
All right, Chance. For my last question, do you have any type of social media, just in case one of my subscribers wants to reach out with some kind of help or a job offer or a donation or anything like that?
Yeah. I mean, I have a Facebook. I'm currently locked out of it until I get an ID. It's just my actual name, which is Jastin, Jastin, and then Jewel, Jewell. I probably won't be able to get into it for another week or two until I get that ID, and then I have to send a picture of the ID to Facebook to get them to unlock it. So once that all happens, but I don't know. Job offer I'll take. I don't need anyone.
And what kind of job skills do you have?
Oh, I've done everything, man. I'm from retail to concrete construction. I'm a little bit of everything, man. I've done it all in this time. I try to always stay busy. I try to earn my paychecks instead of having to go out there and take from people and, you know, take someone else's hard-earned money. So.
All right, Chance. Thank you for the interview, man. I really do appreciate it.
Anytime.
And are you okay with me using it on my YouTube channel?
Of course.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.